I forgot to record from the class, beginning of the class. First I will explain now. For the recording purpose only, I am repeating this again. Sex influenced characters means the phenotype characters which are influenced by the sexual chromosomes. Suppose if we say here, if we take autosomal dominant gene, that autosomal dominant gene is dominant in males. The dominant gene is showing dominance in males, but it fails to express dominant character in females in what heterozygous condition. Okay, that is what we say sex influenced character. Dominant gene is there that can express dominant character, dominant allele. Dominant allele can express dominant character in male, but fails to express its dominant character in females. That is what we call sex influenced character. And the genes which are carrying such pattern of inheritance, they are called as sex influenced genes, and they are called as sex influenced inheritance. Characters are said to be sex influenced characters. Here what is taking place means
homozygous dominance or recessive expression. This is homozygous dominance, homozygous recessive. Both homozygous dominance and homozygous recessive expression both are taking place in both males and females. See here, this is homozygous dominant, same dominant expression is seen in both male and female. That means both characters are same. But recessive character, both males and females are showing same pattern of inheritance. But in heterozygous condition where one dominant and another allele is recessive, one is dominant, another is recessive. In heterozygous condition, that heterozygous condition is showing dominance in males, but shows recessiveness in females. Recessiveness in females, that is called what? Sex influenced expression. Take an example, baldness. Baldness, premature baldness. Premature baldness means loss of hair. Okay, and in less ages. That is what we call a premature baldness. This premature baldness, suppose there is a gene called as a B, gene B, capital B, dominant gene, and recessive allele. Two alleles are present for baldness. If it is in dominant condition, homozygous dominant means that can express both male and female baldness. That means male is bald here, female also bald. Okay? In recessive condition, when two alleles are in recessive condition, there is no baldness in males, females also not balded, no baldness. But in heterozygous condition, what we are taking? In heterozygous condition, in male, this is expressing. That means the man who have heterozygous alleles for that baldness gene, they are showing baldness, but in female that condition is not showing baldness, recessiveness. There is no baldness for heterozygous in females. This is what we call sex influenced inheritance, premature baldness. Same short index finger, length of this index finger. See here, homozygous. No baldness means, no hair loss. Yes. Hair loss is different, right? Hair loss is different. Baldness means total. What we call mottaya, fattai. Okay. Yeah. Then this one is short index finger is also showing same. This is also showing same means what? If both genes for this short index finger are dominant means then females have short index finger. Otherwise the females have long index finger. But in males, this condition and this condition is showing short index finger. In recessive condition, index finger is long. Otherwise index finger is short. Horns in sheep also same. Horns in sheep. Males are producing long horns and females are producing short horns. But females are also producing long horns when two genes are dominant. If both genes are dominant, then there is development of horns in sheep also. This is sex-influenced character. Okay, that's sex-limited character. What we discussed, that topic was not recorded. Just I will tell you orally. Sex-limited characters means autosomal inheritance of trait is controlled or limited to one particular gender. That means autosomal phenotypes are limited to one sex only. What is one sex? Either female or male. That is called as what? Sex limited character. This is what? Sex limited character. Okay, why these sex limited characters are different? This is due to difference in hormones. Males have male sex hormones, females have female sex hormones, and anatomy. Anatomical difference of males and females, like that we can say. That is what sex limited characters. If you see sex limited characters, beard and mustache development in males, whereas that mammary glands growth, breast growth in females. That is what we say. This is what we say sex limited character. Sex limited character is a character which is particularly confined to a particular sex. That is confined to a particular sex. One sex has that sex limited character. That phenotypic characters are limited to one sex, whether it is male or female. This is sex limited character, what I completed already clearly, but that was not recorded, so I am saying simply. Okay, right. Next important topic. Next important topic. Pedigree analysis. Listen carefully. I am saying this is very confusing topic. But now this is, I mean, when we discuss about theory, this will not be confusing, no problem. But when we go to some problems, then the pedigree analysis may be confusing. No. Why I erased means already I taught sex limited characters I completed and you wrote again. You completed already, that is completed. But for recording purpose, I repeated briefly. I wrote again on the board. Okay? Right, pedigree analysis. Here, what is the pedigree? Pedigree is like a evolutionary relationship chart. A chart which shows evolutionary relationship or genetic inheritance pattern between generation to generation. That is what we say, this pedigree. What is the pedigree analysis means? Suppose in any inheritance of traits means that we can easily study in plants. Suppose Pisum sativum, Drosophila melanogaster or sweet pea, linkage was first seen in sweet pea. Mendelian studies were conducted on Pisum sativum. Sex-linked inheritances and sex determination, genetic balance theory, they were conducted very well in Drosophila. In that organisms means we can conduct these experiments very easily. What crossing experiment and hybridization experiments we can conduct easily in that plant. Okay, but how to study that pattern of inheritance in humans? Is it possible to study the pattern of inheritance in humans very easily, effective manner? 1 second, please. Sir, namaste, sir. Yes, is the voice clear? Right. In Pisum sativum or some other plants, where the organisms can be produced in more number very easily by simple hybridization method, that is, conducting genetic experiments and studying the pattern of inheritance is easy. But what about humans? In humans, is it easy to produce, easy to study the inheritance? Is it easy to produce more number of offspring within short duration? No. Normally single mating will produce one progeny majorly. Single mating will produce a single progeny, and even one generation to next generation we are going to study means when a new progeny is developed, it has a maturation phase around many years. Around 14 to 15 years is needed for the sexual maturation where hybridization or mating can be done. So that for these reasons, it is not possible to study the pattern of inheritance by mating between individuals and by producing large number of progeny. That is not possible. So that pattern of inheritance of traits in human population is studied through screening the progeny in generations. That is what we say pedigree. See here, inheritance of traits in human population. Inheritance of traits in human populations is studied through screening the families. Is studied through screening. Screening means checking the character. Screening of family, or what we are calling analysis of family. Screening of family or by analysis of family. By screening or analyzing the family inheritance, we can observe where we are studying family history. That family history is what we call the pedigree. Family history. That means throughout the generations, how characters are being inherited between generation to generation. How characters are being inherited from one generation to next generation, in how many population it was producing the character, like that. Okay, that is what we say pedigree. Family history is called as a pedigree, and this pedigree analysis is produced or done for this. Why? Because for few generations, analysis of transmission of phenotypical disorders, analysis of phenotypic disorders for few generations can be done. Generations is done by observing pedigree. By observing pedigree, we can analyze the occurrence of a particular disease. A phenotypic disorder is there or not. Like that, we can study occurrence of a particular generation is what we call pedigree. By observing the occurrence of disorder. That is what we call pedigree analysis. That means this is useful in evolutionary relationships also, like that. Here, why? Because desired crosses cannot be made. Desired crosses cannot be made between humans. In humans, desired crosses are not possible. Why desired crosses are not possible? Desired crosses. What is a desired cross? Suppose, what is a desired cross actually? What is a desired cross? A desired cross means two parents are crossed with two parents who have that desired character. One parent is dominant for one character, another parent is dominant recessive for another character, means then that two parents can be crossed. Then the two persons will be crossed, but that two persons will produce offspring, then inheritance pattern we can observe in the population. But in humans, that type of desired crosses is not possible, because mating in human beings is based on what? Social, cultural, religious beliefs. Okay? Mating between human beings is based on social, cultural and religious beliefs. Many sentimental issues are there for mating between these humans, so desired crosses are not possible. That is one reason, and it has humans have very long production time. Very long reproduction time means it takes more time for reproduction. Even one progeny is developed, it will take more time for sexual maturation, I told you. That is one thing. So what we are doing, so that inheritance of disorders. What are disorders? Just now we saw some disorders like X-linked recessive, like color blindness, hemophilia, DMD, then X-linked dominance, IP, follicular hyperkeratosis, XY-linked, Y-linked Hollandric inheritance, I told you. Okay. Then XY-linked, I told you some examples in Drosophila, sex-limited, sex-influenced. Some more are there. After this pedigree, we'll see some more autosomal dominance disorders are there, autosomal recessive disorders are there. They also will see. So that disorders, genetic disorders, whatever we are showing, that inheritance of disorders in humans is by observing family history, is studied by observing family history. In one family history, how parents have the character, from the parents whether it is carried to their children, like sons or daughters, then that son or daughter got married to another person. What is the character of that person, inheritance pattern in that person? In grandsons or granddaughters, how there is inheritance, like that it is studied. Okay, so what is that pedigree? Pedigree is inheritance tree, or we can say evolutionary tree. Inheritance tree over generations. For some generations, a family history is drawn like a family tree. Then is called what? Pedigree. Okay. Yeah, copy this. Desired cross means what? Hey, desired cross means, what is desired cross means? How can we say? Suppose I told you for what? sex linkage in Drosophila. For sex linkage in Drosophila, first Morgan conducted one experiment. Then same experiment he conducted by changing the gender, like reciprocal cross is conducted. Okay, one has red eye, another one male red eye, female white eye. First male white eye, female red eye he took, then male red eye, female white eye, like that he took, right? So when we are changing the character to different, the character should be present on one person, right? So we are mating a female with male for cross and will produce some progeny. Okay, here we are choosing two characters for crossing. Yes or no? Suppose it is a monohybrid cross. For monohybrid cross, yes, female and male individuals are taken and we are crossing for one character. If that character is showing dominance here, recessive here, then we can study easily the pattern of inheritance like dominance or recessiveness in progeny. Okay, but for taking the two characters, I mean for this cross, one person has one desired character, another person has another desired character, right? In all populations, that mating between desired characters is possible. But in human beings, we follow some social, ethical, legal, cultural, religious beliefs. Like mating should be done between a male and female, like married male and female. That is a cultural belief, right? So that a mating is possible for studying of this F1 progeny, that is between a married people, like that we believe. Okay, other than the married people, that is what not legal or not cultural, not social. So we can make a cross between two people in human beings who are said to be married according to your language, Ram. Okay, otherwise that desired cross, if these two married people have both desired character, one desired character here, another desired character here, means then okay, we can study. But every time we don't get the two desired characters between two married people, right? That is what we say, desired crosses are not possible. Understand? Inheritance of disorders. Inheritance of disorders is expressed. Suppose one person is there, then for that how many children are there, for them how they married, next how many children, like that. One family tree will draw. I will show you that. That is what we call family history. That family history is studied in pedigree as inheritance tree over generation, from one generation to next generation. See next point, so that you can understand what is that last 2 points. Okay, this first pedigree was studied by Sir Archibald Garrod. Sir Archibald Garrod. He showed alkaptonuria resulted. He showed another disorder which is called as alkaptonuria, which is autosomal disorder. We will continue. I will discuss about this, which is enzyme defect metabolism. Alkaptonuria disorder. Alkaptonuria pedigree was first studied by a scientist named Garrod. Garrod studied the pedigree first time, which is alkaptonuria resulted from the failure of an enzyme metabolism, which is actually autosomal disorder. That autosomal disorder still we didn't complete. Then when we'll go for autosomal disorders, there I will explain. Sir Archibald Garrod screened human populations and found the pedigree. who Gerard, what he did, he screened human populations okay, and found pedigree, gave pedigree of inheritance. So he is considered as father of human genetics. Who Gerard is father of human genetics. Gerard is being considered as a father of human genetics. Okay. See here, for pedigree we use some symbols. We use some symbols in pedigree to understand the family history. Then we can understand what is that. Symbols used in pedigree. First, if you know symbols, then you can understand what is the family chart. Suppose a symbol like this represents a male individual. A symbol this represents female individual. And a symbol which is shown like this shows sex unidentified. Sex is not identified, whether the male or female, that is not identified. Okay, if any genetic condition is developed, disorder is developed. If disorder is developed, then we can show like this. Actually, what is this? This is male. This is what? Female. This is what? Sex unidentified. But when these symbols are shaded symbols represent affected individual. What is affected individual? If any genetic disorder is seen in a person. Suppose we are studying pedigree of hemophilia. In hemophilia pedigree, this represents a male, this represents a female. But if we use this symbol like this, then this indicates that that person is affected with hemophilia, like that. And between a male and female, mating is shown like this. Mating is shown like this. Okay. If mating is done between closely related individuals, mating between relatives, closely related individuals, that is what we call consanguineous. GUI. Consanguineous mating. Okay. Here, suppose if two parents are taken which are mating. Now we are writing here like this. What this represents? What is this represents? This represents parents above and offspring, children below. This, if we show like this represents these are two parents, male parent, female parent. These two are children. This is female child, daughter, and male child, son. Sex unidentified means, hey, we don't know the sex. Sex unspecified. Unspecified means we don't know. Sex unspecified, that is not clearly known like that. Then suppose we show a symbol like this. What this represents? Parents with one affected child. Child, what is child? Male child, son. Affected son. Two parents who have one affected son. That is what we call this one. Okay. Suppose if numbers are given 5 like this, 6, otherwise this one. This is 5 numbers which are unaffected. Once more. Wait 1 second, please. Sir. The students, for chemistry class you have to join CNSR class. For chemistry class you join CNSR class, please. Okay? Right. 5 unaffected individuals. Five unaffected individuals are there. Like this we can say there is pedigree. Like this some symbols are used in pedigree. Some symbols are used in pedigree. By using these symbols we can understand the pedigree chart. Like this we can draw some flow charts. That flow charts are what we are calling pedigree charts, or what a family chart or family history or pedigree history. By using that we can observe that whether it is autosomal or allosomal, or whether it is dominant or recessive. Okay, by observing pedigree we can find whether a disorder is autosomal or allosomal, or what, dominant or recessive. Autosomal means which is seen in all individuals, which is following Mendelian inheritance. So, based on this pedigree, we are going to study again 4 kinds of disorders: autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, allosomal dominant, allosomal recessive. We completed actually. X-linked dominant, X-linked recessive is there, that is complete. Then some chromosomal disorders are there, that we will see in next class. Thank you. Wait for 10 minutes, then you can join chemistry class. Thank you.